10 top things you need to know before renting a house. Are you looking to rent a space to live in? Are you looking for any information to help you have a smooth ride? Here are top 10 things you need to know before renting a house anywhere around the world. Don't miss out on juicy content like this every week. Quickly smash the subscribe button and click on the bell button to get notified when we upload a new post. Here we go. Number 1 top tip you need to know before renting a house is research the area. Think about the area before you move in. Is it near a hospital? If so, can you hear ambulances all the time? Is it near a noisy pub? Check all the surroundings before you sign. It is up to you to do your own research and inspect the dwelling and surrounding area before they sign the agreement and move in. 2. Discuss pets early. Bring up pets early in negotiations with your prospective landlords. Plunkett says, if the landlord does not want pets in his house, it is best to negotiate with him. If the negotiation does not come to a logical agreement, then you should look elsewhere. Having a pet in breach of a tenancy agreement that prohibits pets will generally lead to a possession action and eviction further down the line. 3. Check out the electrical goods. Inspect the electrical goods such as fridge, freezer, washing machine, cooker, microwave, dishwasher, etc. and report any defects as soon as you move in. If electrical goods are included in the inventory on the agreement, then you should virtually inspect them and get the landlord to confirm in writing that they all work satisfactorily. You should seek clarification in writing as to whether the landlord agrees to repair or replace said items if they break down. Responsibility will be determined purely by evidence of what has been agreed between the parties, so it's important to get this agreement in writing. 4. Don't forget to check the water supply. Water is a very critical need in your home. When you first inspect a property, run the taps and the shower. If there's a problem with the water pressure, you can negotiate with the landlord before signing the agreement. If you do not comprehensively inspect the property before entering into the agreement, they may not be able to resolve these problems later. Although in some cases, inadequate water pressure may fall within the landlord's legal obligations. 5. Know if your contract contains a release clause. You can only end your fixed term tenancy early if your agreement says you can, or by getting your landlord to agree to end your tenancy. If your agreement says you can end your fixed term tenancy early, it means you have a break clause. Your tenancy agreement will tell you when the break clause can apply. 6. Will your landlord repaint the walls before you move in? Ask. If there are taxes you want your landlord to do before you move in, for example, painting the front door or steam cleaning the carpets, then it's a good idea to have them completed before you sign anything. The most important thing is to make sure everything is done before you sign the tenancy agreement and before you have made any payment. So if you want something spruced up, demand for it, agree upon it, and complete it before you transfer any money. Agreement should be written down. 7. Find out how much money will need to be paid in advance. There is no normal amount of rent to pay in advance. Generally, landlords will ask for 1 month's rent in advance, although it can be more. When it comes to deposits, the amount is also at the landlord's discretion. Usually, landlords ask for the equivalent to 1 month's rent as a deposit, but some ask for more or less than that. 6 weeks rent is also common. Some landlords do not ask for a deposit to be paid at all. 8. Check if you will need a guarantor. Even if you have a steady job, you might still need a guarantor. There is no set income threshold that will exempt you from needing a guarantor. It is also wise to check if presenting a guarantor is one of the requirements to renting the property. Usually, a lot of landlords insist on guarantors before any tenancy can be agreed, particularly if they feel that the tenant is on a low income. The decision on insisting on a guarantor is down to the landlord's perception of the risk of the tenant having difficulties paying the rent. 9. Challenge any terms and conditions you are not happy with. It could affect you on the long run. Sometimes you can challenge terms and conditions you are not happy with, but this must be done before you sign the tenancy agreement. This can also apply to the landlord's repair obligations, fixing a broken cupboard door, for example. Many repair obligations are legal requirements, but the landlord might agree to additional repair under the tenancy agreement. Plunkett says, if the landlord will not change the disputed term or condition, the tenant should not enter into the tenancy. 10. But things vary slightly if your name is not on the lease. If a person is living with other tenants and they are not on the tenancy agreement, Plunkett says they will be known as an excluded occupier living at the accommodation with the permission of the other tenants. You have exclusive occupation of the whole dwelling. Tenants in this situation do not have any liability for rent arrears to the landlord, but they could be removed from their accommodation by other tenants without any need for a court order.